Cinque Terre. Isn't that just fun to say? Designed by Chris Handy, the 5 Villages is brought to us by Rio Grande Games, and it is 2 to 5 players, and takes about an hour to play, and it says on here 13 and up. I think ages around 8 or so should get the game fairly well. As on my blog in the written review, the instruction booklet is very helpful, has some great illustrations, so very easy to read and learn and get to playing very quickly. And I have set up here a game for 4 players, and we're currently into the gameaways. We have Mingo the Flamingo, we have Coco the Monkey, and the 3 birds. And as you can see, they all have their favorite tastes. The monkey enjoys the lemons because they're yellow and they remind him of bananas. And Mingo the Flamingo likes the pink and reds. And the birds over here like the olives for some reason. And then you have my board here. So the game setup, we're going along here. I just want to show you kind of what the goal of the game is. I haven't moved the markers throughout the game. You will have moved these markers when you've scored points. Currently, they have everyone sold something, so they all should have points, but I haven't moved those markers. But I want you to see here is kind of the goal and how the actions are played out. So the boards here are very nice and helpful as far as these reference tracks to keep track of 3 actions per turn, and you choose from here. So as you go along the board, you're trying to collect all of the different produce that you can, and one of the actions is that you can draw from the produce cards. So any of these face-up cards, this is the discard pile, so you can't draw from there, but you could draw from the top of the deck if you wanted. So for an action, you can take an orange, you immediately replace that with another produce card. So that's one of my actions. And throughout the game, right now, I am in this bottom city. And throughout the game, what you're trying to do is you score points for selling produce. They're all represented by different colors here on the cubes related to the cards. And you sell points, and you get points for what is represented on the die for that city. So in this city, I could sell an olive for 5, an orange for 3, a tomato for 2, and grapes for 3. Now I can sell any other type here as well, I just only get 1 point. And there are times when you're setting up the board that you'll roll a couple 1s, and so you only get 1 point for those as well. And those are rolled and different each game, which is really cool. The cubes and everything, components are nice quality, and these are also, you can randomize where these produce cubes fall at the beginning of the game. So you're going through, and obviously certain produce are worth more in certain cities. So up here we have the lemons, you could sell for 6 points each. And down here the olives are pretty high. So anyway, you can score points as soon as you sell something. So, well, let me show you my cards here. So right now I have 1 orange, and then I have a few things. Every of the people have one of these starting cards, and you're trying to get at least one of each of these sold in that city. So on a grape there, a lemon there, etc. So let's look at my board here. I currently have harvested a couple different cubes. I have a zucchini and a mushroom. So in this city, they aren't really worth a whole lot. But if we look at my hands here, let's see if I need anything there. So in my produce order cards, I don't really need anything in that city except for an olive. I got an olive. So what you're doing is you're trying to fulfill this. And it looks like my starting deck, I have a grape, I have a lemon there, orange. I'm missing a zucchini in this next city. So let's go ahead and for my second action, I'm going to move up to 4 spaces, but I'm only going to move 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and sell my zucchini. Again, I'm not going to get very many points for that zucchini, just the 1. But when I sell that, I put it in an empty space here. And that fulfills my card here. I now have fulfilled. So the cards in your hand stay secret until the end of the game, but I have now completed that one. So then I can go on to this one and see how I'm doing there. I have a lemon, I have the zucchini, nope, I still need, yep, I have the zucchini up there, so I need an olive in the other one. So the game progresses like that. And as you can see, I've already scored a few cards in front of me. Whenever you score cards from here on the in front of the deck on the board, you place them in front of you. So let's say that I fulfilled another one without looking to check, but let's say I got that one. At the end of my turn, I fulfilled this, and you can take one of these order cards at the end of the game and score it. So I would go ahead and score 10 points on the scoring track, and then I go ahead and draw a produce card, or another order card, secretly, and I can choose to keep this, or I can discard it. I'm going to go ahead and keep it in my hand and add it to my deck. Then I go ahead and draw another card to replace the empty spot. Now if I didn't like this card, I could have put it there and then would have been in a spot where I could decide whether I want to draw one or not. If I do, then I have to keep that card and add it to my hand. So it kind of gives you a little idea of what the actions are. Everyone's going along the board. You can be in the same spot. There's no problems with that. But the gameplay is very easy. The 3 actions per turn, sometimes it's a little difficult to remember how many actions you're doing, especially since you have, different possibilities within each action. So you're moving up to 4 spaces, and you're harvesting up to 4 things at a time per action. So it may be difficult sometimes to keep track of those 3 actions. But it plays really well. Everyone has goals either in their hand or on the board that they're trying to complete. And so there isn't a whole lot of thinking necessarily put into it. A lot of games, it seems like there's too many things going on, and you have to really, some players get bogged down and they just take forever on their turns. This one is it's a pretty light game, easygoing, where the goal's pretty clear to everyone. If you need a tomato, you're going to grab a tomato because you haven't seen a tomato recently, so you're going to go ahead and grab that for your turn, and so forth. And then you're going to the different areas, harvesting, circling back around, and selling them throughout the game. I really enjoyed this game. I'm going to go ahead and give it 4 fingers up, or 9 out of 10 stars. And if you like Ticket to Ride, Thurn Taxis, those type of games, I think you would really, really enjoy Cinque Terre.